Describe the shit that's important. Describe the shit that pushes the story forward. This is one of the number one things that I hear when people are just starting out writing. They want to know how much they should describe something, how much detail should they give you, how much description should be for each and everything. And it's an interesting question because there's no right answer. I like to think of it like this. I always use this one rule. Don't waste a chapter on what you can say in a sentence. Now, there's a few guidelines to this. So let's start out with the obvious. You obviously need to describe the things that are important to the story. For example, if you are writing a mystery and there is a gun, and that gun, something about it, like the serial number or the way the blood splatters on the side of the gun or the way the gun oil comes off of the gun. If you have something that is very, very important, that is a very intricate kind of thing, you should spend some time describing that. If you have something that makes absolutely no difference to the overall story, I wouldn't bother spending too much time describing it. Now, this changes when you get into environments and atmospheres. So I like to look at it like this. If your character walks into a room and the smell of the room will give the reader insight onto what that room looks like, then that smell is important to describe. But if the wallpaper in that same room doesn't make two fucking shits of a difference to the reader in describing the room, then don't describe the wallpaper. Say there was some sort of fancy paisley wallpaper on the wall. It really does have everything to do with what is important to your character, what is important to your reader, and what is important to pushing your story forward. If you are adding all kinds of detail about shit that doesn't matter, you are going to wind up cutting it out in the edit, or you're going to wind up boring your reader to death. Another way to look at it is don't shove your version of everything down the reader's throat. Let the reader use their imagination. Let their imagination breathe. Describe some things. Detail some shit out. But leave some other things vague. Like, unless the sound of the toilet running in the other room is necessary to the story, the reader isn't even thinking about that toilet, so don't write about the fucking toilet. However, if the sound of the water running in the toilet is necessary to the forward propulsion of the story, then yeah, you want to tell your reader about it. So just remember, when you're trying to figure out what to describe and what not to describe, let your reader breathe with their imagination. Let your reader's imagination figure some things out. Describe the shit that's important. Describe the shit that pushes the story forward. Leave everything else to the imagination of your reader.